There are a few games that I believe everybody should play once in their life, one time. Few of those games are, The Last of Us, God of War, Detroit Become Human. Games like the games that motivate you, that change you, that have a great story, that, you know, influence you in a certain way. There are other games. GTA 5 is actually a pretty good example. Red Dead Redemption 2, The Witcher 3, Cyberpunk 2077. All of these games are amazing, and I believe that, you must play them once, like sometime, or like experience the story or something, especially if you're a gamer, if you're into gaming. But apart from all the games that I've played, throughout the past 10 years or so, Bioshock, Mass Effect, and Assassin's Creed, many Assassin's Creed, and I don't know, the tons of games. But one game that stood out, that I still feel a close attachment to, and I probably would in the coming years, is Life is Strange. Now, I played Life is Strange way back in 2016. I remember it quite vividly because it was that same time, or it was around the time when Netflix actually released 13 Reasons Why. And why I remember it is because when the first episode that you go into, like for Life is Strange, and then you explore the school, you explore the characters, you meet new characters, you have to go to the bathroom, everything, this and that. And the character names that were there, like, the student names, actually matched with many characters from 13 Reasons Why. Like, I think there was a Tyler, and then there was an Anna or something. And I mean, I actually pinpointed for 5 to 6 characters from 30 Reasons Why in Life is Strange. And I don't know, at that moment, everybody was like, hyped for 13 Reasons Why. So I was like, this is already amazing. I went in, I heard Life is Strange is actually a great game, but what actually, intrigued me was the title, Life is Strange. I mean, why would a game title itself that? What is the basic plot of this game? So I went in blind completely. I did not know anything about it. There were no videos also at the time on YouTube, like, complete playthrough for people that I follow, like, mostly Rad Brad. I love watching playthroughs of Rad Brad. I still do. Currently watching Silent Hill. But yeah. So he didn't play the game. So I was like, if he didn't play the game, I'm going to go in blind. I'm not going to go watch other people who have played the game. So I went in blind, played through Max's story, met many characters, Warren, Kate, Chloe, obviously. And then there were many other characters. I think there was Victoria or something, or that was her name. I don't remember clearly because it's been like, I think, 4 years since I've last played the game. But with Life is Strange Double Exposure coming out, I thought, maybe I should make a video on this. And it was just this sort of game is like, especially if you're like, in your teenage years or like a young adult phase, you can relate to stuff that happens in the game. I think that's why this game stood out the most compared to, like, Life is Strange 2 or Life is Strange True Colors. I haven't played 2, like, because I didn't really gel with the vibe of the characters, and the storyline was more Americanized, like, with the immigration issue and all. And that was something that I didn't relate to that much, so I had no idea, so I could not relate to the game, and that's why I didn't play it. I just played, I think, first episode or so because it was free, and then I skipped it. I played True Colors. That was a nice game, but still, it wasn't Life is Strange. Like, the first game just blew everything out. It was very relatable. Max was like a close friend. Like, you played through the eyes of Max, but you felt that, she was a person that you could relate to, you could understand. Chloe was amazing because, Chloe, um, you grew a bond with Chloe, the friendship that you fostered between Max and Chloe, which could have also potentially become a romantic relationship. It was amazing. I actually liked Warren also, like, despite many people not liking him that much. I actually chose options that, favored him, and his character was pretty cool. Like, he was just so, I don't know, a trusty friend, basically. That's what I saw him as. Although in my first playthrough, I think I did romance Warren. Yeah, I did do that. I think in my second one, I think I remained, like, neutral to everyone. in my third one, I'll probably romance Chloe. But yeah, um, one was amazing. I liked Kate's character. Kate's character actually stood out to me because when the first time that I played it way back in 2016, alright, spoiler territory obviously, but there's this entire scene where where you see Kate suffering from social media. Like social media hates her so much. There are articles over her, there are tweets over her about how she belongs to a very religious family, but she's been spotted doing something, or I think she's been framed doing something or something like that, and it took a heavy toll on her. And then you have to save her from committing suicide, which is very intense. It was a very intense sequence. And the first time that I played through that game, I think I failed it because I didn't go through her room entirely. I didn't have all the answers, so I chose the most neutral answers, and that didn't work. So I was I was so shocked when that happened. And so the second time when I played, I was I'm gonna save this girl, and I did save her. So I mean, it talks about serious matters as well. It talks about how friendships aren't true sometimes, or you have to form friendships, or how you can save somebody who is going through a tough time. And then there's the entire it was a high school story, but it added a supernatural effect as well, with Max having the ability to turn back time, which is still insane. As a sci-fi dude, it was actually amazing to grasp the story, and having the ability to control time. It was a very cool concept, I found. And I'm actually quite sad that double exposure doesn't explore that much. It changes her powers into alternate dimensions, but we're gonna see how that goes. um After that, we had episodes 2 3 where we formed bonds with Chloe, where we had a good time basically. And then in episode 4, when the cliffhanger drops, when it's damn, the ending was so damn, I don't know, man. That ending with that asshole Jefferson. Yeah, we hate Jefferson. I think his name was Jefferson, but yeah, we hate that dude. I mean, from the first time when I played him, when I met him, I was he seems like a chill dude. But when that entire scene happened, I was nah, man, this ain't it. And then I found out during my second playthrough that he had no, I think he had something with Victoria, like a relationship of sort. But I think he was using Victoria as well. And Victoria, I have no idea if her name was Victoria, but I'm gonna call her Victoria. So I think she was also targeted in his entire plot. And I really feel bad for Rachel, because the entire concept in the first episode was who is this Rachel? Rachel has gone missing, and who is this Rachel? Um, what was the name? Rachel Amber. I think it was Rachel Amber or something. The moment I say Rachel, I immediately remember Rachel Green, and then that's like Friends, and I'm like, this ain't it. So yeah, the story was mind blowing. Like the story is the crux of it. The ability to switch back time, the ability to form friendships. You have this entire sequence. I think it was episode 4 or something, where you are in an alternate dimension. Max, I think it was teased already, and they just enhanced it in the double exposure part, where Max finds herself in an alternate dimension where she is famous, where she has great relationships with everyone, but Chloe is ill. And that was actually kind of a sad sequence as well. And I'm not gonna spoil the entire story, because I really want this. The point of this video is you go and play the game if you haven't played it yet, or if you have played it, you know what I'm talking about. But this game in general is it moves you in a way that you won't realize until you make the final choice, which is the end. And the end is so magnificent, because the beginning of the game is you wake up near a lighthouse where a storm is brewing, and you have to somehow stop that storm, but you don't know how, and that storm is going to destroy a city. In the end, it all comes in full circle, where you realize why you have to stop that storm, and whether you will take the decision to stop that storm or not. Is it worth it? That's the butterfly effect. One action from the beginning led to that storm. So will you let that action happen, or will you not? And It was actually one of the most difficult decisions that I've made in a game, but still, it's one of the most memorable decisions as well. So it's just magnificent as a game, and the art style. The art style is gorgeous. I really I like the Life is Strange art style that they've adopted moving forward, with true colors and all, and whatever double exposure is doing. But it's leaning more towards the realistic side, which wasn't the intention of the original Life is Strange. I think the original Life is Strange focused on the pastel color, on the not so realistic graphics, and that's what made me attracted to the game as well, because graphics don't have to be intensive all the time. You can tell a story with mediocre graphics as long as the gameplay, the story, and everything is good. And that's what Life is Strange excelled at. Apart from that, you had a prequel to it, Before the Storm, that focused on Chloe, and the music in Life is Strange is still top tier. I can listen to music tracks from it. It's very comforting, the music. And then it's cheap as hell, honestly. If you have a Steam sale going on, you can get it very cheap. All 5 episodes, very, very cheap. So it's just go and play it. It's an amazing game. It's I would rate it as one of the games that people should play to analyze themselves. If you just experience the story and analyze yourself, what kind of a human being you are. Are you able to form friendships? Are you able to feel emotions, something like that? There's also this other game, Detroit Become Human, which I always also believe that everybody should play once in their life, because that game also tells you are you human enough? Can you relate to these robots who want to feel? So it's the concept behind these games are actually pretty amazing. I also like the last episode in Life is Strange, where where you had the entire sequence with Jefferson, and was his name Jefferson or Davis? Wait, let me just check a second. Let me just see characters. Okay, Rachel Amber. Yeah, Jefferson. Idiot. And Victoria. I got them right. Let's go. I remember these names. The story has left an impact on me. Nice. But yeah, all in all, yeah, the Polaroid part I was talking about, episode 5. The Polaroid part, where Max is in another alternate dimension, and what could have been was actually pretty nice to see. But still, what we are facing right now is far more important than what could have been. And it also focused on the photography part and had some sci-fi references. It was just so cool. It's like a I don't know, as a person who enjoys sci-fi stuff, who enjoys diving into science a bit, this space science and something like that, but also it's kind of introvertish and kind of wants to have friends, but doesn't have the motivation or the energy to go and find new people. I found Max quite relatable, and I hope that they keep some of the personality of Max in Double Exposure, because that's our Max, Mad Max. And I think that's why, you should just go and play Life is Strange. This game will definitely change. It will leave a mark on you. It will leave an impact on you. It's one of those few games that I feel it's amazing, just amazing. And just go in blind. If you haven't played it, go in blind and just play through it. It's not a long game, most at max 10-12 hours, and it's a ride. It's a very good ride. So we're gonna end it over here. I usually don't make videos for AAA games or AA games or something like that, but I'm thinking of diving into it, so who knows. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I won't ask you to subscribe, but if you want to, you could, because my channel is mostly gacha game focused right now, but I do want to expand. So if this video does well, I might just do a playthrough of Life is Strange without the music, because copyright sucks. But yeah, with great responsibility comes great bullshit. Alright, thanks for watching, and go play Life is Strange. Goodbye.